Hi guys! Welcome to our special bonus testing video. So we are testing out our phone capabilities here today. So if anyone checked in with us yesterday, you noticed that we didn't have the best of luck with our technology. It's getting a little hot out here and our phones are not liking it so much. So we're trying a little bit of an ice pack on the phone to see if we can stop it from overheating. This is kind of just a bonus content where you guys can hang out with us, check out our Emus, and we can test our system so that we can make sure that our streaming videos are actually coming to you on time and all in one piece, hopefully. You see the girls are a little wound up right now. They are excited. They are sisters, so you might see them chase each other around. I'm sure no one with sisters has ever experienced that before. We do argue with our siblings sometimes. So we do want to say thank you for all of our donations and thank you guys for checking in with us. If you have any questions while we're doing any of these streaming safaris, we ask that you please ask us. We're here to talk. We want to communicate with you guys. We're missing you guys coming in and asking the great questions when we get to see you guys. So we're hoping that through this phone we can get you guys to ask us some more questions. Sorry, the girls are being really silly. They're a little distractible. But thanks to anyone who's donating to us. That is how we're surviving right now since we aren't open and we don't get to see you guys and ask questions in person. We are running based on donations right now. So anyone who's added us to their Amazon Smile, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. All those little bits are adding up. And that way we can take care of our emu friends here and get them all the food and fun stuff they need. So check with us on our website, lionhabitatranch.org, or on our Facebook page. There should be links for you guys to add us to your Amazon Smile and also to just straight donate. Any little bit helps. So thank you so much. Question.
How old are the emus?
Ooh, I don't know. Do you know the answer to that?
I know they're at least 6 years old. I think we've had them since 2014. They were pet surrenders.
Yeah. So these guys were a pet surrender. So I don't believe it's legal for people to have these guys as pets in Clark County, but these guys came from Nye County where you can own them as pets. And their owner couldn't take care of them anymore. So they are pet surrenders. A lot of our birds here are actually pet surrenders. So we do take in pets if we have to, if they need a home. So that's how we got these girls right here. Oh, there we go. Nice flop down. That's what the pool's for, Goofy. So you can see we have this nice watering trough for our tree, which also seconds as a wallowing pit for the emus. So these guys, this is a natural behavior for them, or they'll actually sit in the water and get nice and wet. You have a question?
We do. Do the animals have favorite keepers? Does it depend on the day? I know they all have different personalities.
Yes, exactly. So yes, it depends on the day, it depends on the animal, it depends on the keeper. Oh my gosh, you guys are adorable. So yeah, they all do seem to have favorites, but it really does depend on the day and it depends on the animal. So
now we want the same spot.
Yes. We have different relationships with each of them. They all have their own personalities and they just kind of click with some of us over others. So we try not to have favorites because it is like picking your favorite kid, but they do have favorites for sure. Question.
What is the difference between ostriches and emus?
So these guys are both part of the ratite family. The emus are just a little bit smaller and they're from a different region. So these guys are from Australia, whereas ostriches are from Africa. They're a little bit smaller. They have different feet. So if you can see their feet, these guys have 3 toes in the front, whereas ostriches only have 2 toes. They've adapted to be a little bit faster. These guys run about 30 miles an hour at their fastest sprint. Ostriches run at about 40 miles per hour. So they're a little bit faster, they're a little bit bigger, and they're from a different region. But they are both part of the ratite family, so they are related.
You guys know there's more than one mud puddle, right?
They're like, but she has that one, so it's better. That's how sisters work.
Do they eat lettuce?
Oh my gosh, you guys are cute. We try to give these guys some extra variety and snacks and things to eat. So we brought in the lettuce, but as you can see, it is still a full head of lettuce. They have not tried to eat any of it from me. These guys are really picky. So other emus are not quite as picky. But our two girls are definitely picky. They don't like hardly anything. They give us these faces like, oh, how dare you offer me this weird food. Ooh, we're gonna get nice and muddy.
Their least favorite are blueberries. We tried blueberries once. I've never seen an emu give a disgusted face before, but they did do that. Can you guys just share? Sharing is caring, guys.
They're like, no. Yeah, you can see they're very much enjoying their water. As it's getting warmer here, this is one of their first opportunities to actually be able to wallow and hang out in the mud and the water because it hasn't been hot enough for them yet. So right now is really one of their first chances that they're getting to hang out, so they're really enjoying it. As it's nice and hot, we're getting all of our sprinklers and misters and stuff up and running. Yeah. Are
these guys clicker trained?
These guys are not. So we haven't worked with any clicker training with these guys yet.
Well, I tried.
You tried?
That was the blueberry incident.
Oh, that was the blueberry incident. That's part of the problem with these guys is it's really hard. We haven't found a particular food that they like. So when we want to reward them for responding to the click, it's really hard when we can't find a specific food that they like. So we are working on it, but once we find that food, we're hoping that maybe we could get them a little bit more clicker trained. Some of our other animals, like you've seen us work with Ozzy with the clicker, are, but the emus not quite yet. Huh, girl.
And then how are the lions doing?
The lions are doing great. We actually brought in Winston for a bath today, so he got to have his nice bath. All of our lions are looking nice and fluffy because they're all having baths and getting pampered during the shutdown. But they're all doing great. We love to see them and talk to them every day. They come up. I know, as you were asking, do they like some trainers better than other trainers? And we all kind of have ones that we click with. And I know Lucky says good morning to me every morning when I come in. Question.
How are the elephants?
We don't have any elephants here. So we do love elephants. I know we have a couple keepers who would love to work with elephants again, but we don't have any here. We don't really have the space. Elephants require a lot of space and a lot of really strong reinforcements because elephants are really strong. So we don't currently have any elephants. Question.
Do the emus chase us, and what is their temperament like?
These guys, I always say, are kind of like giant chickens. So they're pretty mellow and chill. They don't usually chase us, although I guess if we ran, they might think about it. Mostly we act really calmly around them so they don't chase us because they know we're not going to run away from them. These guys aren't predatory birds, so they are prey animals, so they do more running away from things than running toward them. So they'll chase each other just because they have that sister relationship, but mostly they avoid us. This is my favorite. You guys are so cute. Question.
How old are the ostrich?
How old are the ostriches?
Oh, I actually don't know. They were also rescues.
Yeah, most of our birds are rescues, so we're not sure how old the ostriches are. Do you know when we got those guys? It was around
2014-ish, so at least 6 years.
Emus. So at least 6 years? We're not sure on them either. That's part of the problem that we have with taking in animals. We're not sure how old really any of our birds are. We have a couple pet surrenders that they told us how old they were when we got them, so we have a really good estimate. But for the most part, when we take these guys in, we're just really not sure how old they are. Same thing with our tortoises. We do know all of the lions' ages and Ozzy, but all of the birds and tortoises are a little bit trickier. How's your phone doing?
It seems to be okay so far.
All right. How long in are we?
Oh, I don't know. We'll find out afterwards.
I remember when it died last time, so
about
we'll see.
20-ish minutes.
20-ish minutes? All right. Perfect. Good girl.
So we have an ice pack on the back of the phone to see if that'll help with the heating on the phone. Keep it cool so we can make it through the entire streaming safaris.
See if I can get you guys some misting water. How's that? Is it raining? Oh. These guys are really fun. I think they look like dinosaurs. They have discovered that dinosaurs actually are closely related to birds, so I think these guys are like living dinosaurs. They're really...
They did use emu footprints for the tracks in Jurassic Park. One of our keepers, Keeper Megan, she absolutely loves Jurassic Park and knows all of the things about Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's a new one for me, so that's pretty cool.
Anyone else have any other questions about our emus? Or anything else we could maybe answer for you guys? As it gets hotter, we've been working on the bird misters, setting up the misters for the ostriches, shade cloth, and we're also working on getting the swamp coolers up for the lions. So everyone asks us how the lions do in the heat. Well, they don't have to deal with it. We have swamp coolers and air conditioners hooked up to the den boxes. We're the ones, the crazy ones that kind of stay out in the heat where they can go hang out in their den boxes with the air conditioning. All right, so any idea when you guys will be able to open for visitors?
We're not sure yet. We're following the guidelines based off of what the CDC is telling everybody and
the governor.
Sorry.
The governor.
Oh, the governor. I thought you were telling me the phone was dying.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so we're listening to all the same media that you guys are. The governor, and when he decides that Vegas is ready to open up and lift that ban. I know the last that we heard, they're talking about waiting until our numbers start to plateau in terms of how many
I think for about 2 weeks.
Are infected, yeah, and then 2 weeks after that. So we're looking at over 2 weeks at this point, so we're really not sure. We're just kind of holding out, just like you guys are. Question?
How often do they lose their feathers? Do you do anything special or fun with them? And maybe you want to talk about catastrophic molts like in penguins as well.
Yeah, so these guys lose their feathers kind of sporadically. They want to grow in. Most birds grow in as... I'm getting really wet, so I'm going to turn that off for a minute. Most birds like to grow in their feathers at the same rate that they're losing them, for the most part, because they want to keep those. Those feathers help them stay cool, they help them stay protected, and there's a reason that they have them. So they don't usually lose a whole lot at once. They lose them every now and then. But we do collect them every so often, so we mostly use our emu feathers for education, so that way when you guys do come out and visit, we're able to show you and let you feel what an emu feather feels like. So that's usually the most of what we do with the emu feathers. I do like that you guys are really wet right now. Will you let me show off your wing? So if you check out her wing right here, these guys normally, they're so fluffy you can't really tell, but they do have wings. So if you see that little wing sticking out there, they just don't use them.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
They just don't use them like other birds. So these guys have vestigial wings, which means they're left over. So it's an adaptation. They were running birds. They didn't need to fly anymore, so their wings just got smaller and smaller as generations of emus passed. So now they just have those little leftover vestigial wings, which you can't even usually see on these guys. It looks like they don't have any wings at all. But since they're all wet right now, you can kind of see that they're sticking out a little bit. All right. Girls are so cute.
All right, did we have any more questions before and our bonus concept?
It's working so far.
So far.
Now watch though, it'll work for the test and then we'll try it again on Wednesday and it won't work. Do we know what our content is on Wednesday yet?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. All right, so stay tuned, we will make an announcement for what our next streaming safari is going to be and what the
know
activity
Fridays.
We do know Fridays, okay.
Because the PB&J instructions.
Oh, okay. Apparently I've been nominated. Robert and I have been nominated to do a fun teaching moment where you have to follow instructions. So we're going to do a following instructions and building a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, apparently.
With one of you blindfolded.
With one of us blindfolded. Yeah, thanks to all my other fellow keepers for nominating us for that one. So that'll be Friday. Check back for that. Wednesday we will keep you guys posted. And again, thank you so much for checking in with us and thank you for all of your donations. We really appreciate it. That's how we're keeping these guys so happy. So that you guys are donating. You added us to your Amazon Smile. If you haven't done so yet, you're just going to want to click on our link. We have it. Did you attach it to this one? All right.
Sure did.
So we attached it to this video right here. You can just click on that Amazon Smile link and it'll automatically link up your Amazon account so that way, music, so that way every time you make a purchase on Amazon, they'll send us a little bit of something, and all of that really does add up and it helps us out a lot. So thank you guys so much for checking back with us and staying in touch with us, and thank you for asking questions and talking to us so we're not just talking to animals or each other. Thanks guys, and we'll see you on Wednesday.